a whole catalog. Got these haters real mad, I'm keeping it real. Ask me my price, I said, what's the deal? Eating real good like I'm from Dearborn. Moving these concert tickets.
Welcome to Electric Elevation Podcast. Today I have my special guest, Clare Siobhan. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Good. So tonight is ladies' night. So we are highlighting female MCs. So go ahead and start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself. You probably been asked that a lot, but some people, that just start following you, they might want to know a little bit more. So start off by telling them how you came up with your rap name as well.
How I came up with my rap name?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I was born with it.
Okay, so that's your real name. All right, that's your real name.
Yep, my mom named me that.
Okay. So, how long have you been rapping?
I've been rapping for a little bit over a year now.
Okay.
Yeah, I started rapping. My first studio session was Christmas of 2022.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Is that right? Yeah, that is right. Christmas of 2022. So, a couple months after that, like this time last year, I was working on my first project. I made HBS I'm a Boss.
Okay.
Savage, the song that most people would know me by already. And then I had a song with Sada Baby and I think there was one other. Oh, I'm Lit with Hydro.
Okay.
So the project really had 4 songs on it. We had I think I had a couple other songs that I never really finished or did anything with. So those 4 have 2 verses and a hook.
Okay. So what made you start rapping?
That's a good question. Gosh, I have to think about how I want to say that because it's like it didn't necessarily happen overnight and it wasn't like a quick decision that I made. I've really been a fan of the Detroit rap scene for a long time.
Okay.
So pretty much as soon as I could drive, I started going to all the local concerts.
Okay.
If that tells you like how big of a fan I am of a lot of local artists. So I would go see like Sada Baby and Cash Doll like every chance I got. And then when they were performing, other local artists were also performing. So I got to really see a lot of my favorite artists perform live. So yeah, I would be in the crowd like knowing every word to every song. And I would take my little brother with me because he's also into a lot of the same artists that I'm into. So we would have a good time.
Okay.
Going to all the local spots.
So then you probably was like, I can do that. I like that. I can do that. I'm gonna try that.
Well, I mean, there's really something special about what Detroit is doing and what Detroit has accomplished too, because not every city can
be versatile and
have
the talent
have
that we
this
have.
much talent, and then also it's a community as
For sure.
well. Like the people who bond over music, it's special, definitely
Right.
special.
We have a whole underground community.
Yeah.
Some people are known, some people are not, but it's a lot of talent that's in Detroit, and we're finally getting the light shined on us in a lot of areas, male and female. Yeah. So when was the first time you actually performed in front of an audience, and where was it?
So that was actually in Hamtramck, and
Okay.
I believe the club's name is Sanctuary.
Okay.
And I opened up for FMBDZ,
Okay.
and it was awesome. It was awesome.
So that was your very first time opening up for him?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good. Because he's a bigger artist. So how did that come about?
I was reached out by one of the promoters on Instagram.
Okay.
And I pretty much set that up that way.
Okay.
Just through Instagram DMs, pretty much.
Okay. And I got to see you perform at the Motor City Roots Festival as well.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I saw you. Did your thing.
Thank
That's
you.
what's up. That's
Thank
what's
you.
up.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Because I had just seen Jeezy and Babyface Ray they performed at LCA in March of last year.
Uh-huh.
So I saw them in concert with my little brother then. So
Okay.
I believe that was in September. So that would have been 6 months later, and then I was opening up for them, and I was like, I just saw them at concert. Now we're sharing the same stage. That was awesome.
Okay. Then I saw you did a song with Blueprint Bentley.
Yes.
That was a pretty lit song.
Yes.
So tell us about how did that come about?
So her manager, Detroit Rampage, hit me up on Instagram. I want to say that was like the beginning of June of 2023 last year.
Okay.
And he said, like, hey, I have this artist, like, you should work with her. And I went to her page, and she's insanely talented. Like, she's really, she's...
Shout out to Blueprint
yeah,
Bentley.
shout out to Blueprint Bentley. She's, she's got bars for sure. So I invited her to the studio. We were at Get Fresh. And at that time, I pretty much had the project that I just told you about. It was pretty much done. And I said, you can hop on any song. And she chose that song to hop on. And I think I've said before, I'm really happy that she did, because that song needed Blueprint Bentley on it. It was... And I wasn't even expecting her to lay down that verse like that. Like, I was like in the studio, I was like, oh my gosh, like she just killed it. And then I did her ad-libs on her verse, and then she did ad-libs on my verses and the hook. So we were like really just hyping each other up the whole time, and it was awesome.
Okay. So then you guys did the visual.
Yep.
The visual got a lot of views. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty lit video. You guys decided to meet up, and what was the concept behind the treatment for the video?
So that I have to give her credit, because that was actually her idea.
Okay.
So the actual concept of me dressing up as Cher and her dressing up as Dion, she put that into her verse.
Okay.
So she said, we got these bitches clueless. So she came up with the idea of us being like downtown Detroit dressed up as Cher and Dion, and so I got to give her credit. That was really, she put it in her verse, and she came up with the idea for the video.
Okay. And then the song you got was Sada Baby. What's the name of that one?
Dance With Me.
Dance With Me. Okay. Mm-hmm. And did you have visual for that one as well?
Not yet.
Okay. Thinking about doing it?
Yep.
Okay. So how'd you end up hooking up with Sada Baby?
We have a mutual friend. So
okay.
Pretty much right when I was starting to post my stuff on the internet, like writing verses, because I used to write verses and record my own visuals, like just 16s. It was always like I had a million videos that were like 1 minute long, just of me spitting verses that I had written. And one of my friends, Dave, he was like, "Are you really serious about this? Like, are you really trying to rap?" And I was like, yeah, like I love doing this. You can clearly tell I'm having a lot of fun. So he said, he basically put me in contact with Big Wayne.
Okay.
And Big Wayne set that up, yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. So, who haven't you worked with in the city, female-wise, that you would like to in the future?
That's a hard question, because like we were talking about earlier, there's really so many artists. So, I don't want to leave anyone out. Mm-hmm. But some of my, I really want to work with Pretty Brea.
Okay.
Costa Rica. Brooklyn Queen.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of, I don't want to leave anyone out, because there's really like,
I want
to work with everyone, really.
Okay. What industry artists inspired you the most, like when you were coming up?
Honestly, Cash Doll.
Okay.
I can't lie. She's been like the single biggest influence, not just on me musically, but also like in life in general. Like, when I was going to Wayne State, I used to watch her interviews, and I was just pretty much getting started out in my finance career, and I used to watch her interviews, and the way she would like carry herself and just like inspire confidence in other people. Yeah, and she said something in an interview, it was a while ago, but she said something like, no matter what anyone says, like, let your light shine. Like, don't let them take anything from you. Like, let your light shine. And I felt like she was like speaking to me personally. I'm like, yeah.
For sure, because when you first start doing something, you're going to have the naysayers, you're going to have challenges, you're going to have people that don't see your vision, and then as soon as it starts taking off, they'll be like, oh yeah, I told you, like, man, you wasn't even trying to support me, but here you are now. But that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
You just keep grinding, and hard work always, pays off. Yeah. So what about male-wise? What's one of the guys you want to work with?
Oh, that's another hard question, because we've got a bunch of really talented male artists locally as well. I would say Ray, Babyface Ray.
Okay.
I started rapping over his beats, his beats, he's got some of like the hardest instrumentals, like, so I really started very early on. I started rapping over all of his songs.
Okay.
And so I would take like some of his hits, and I would basically just like practice writing my own lyrics over his beats. And I've been lucky enough to meet him a couple times. So he really was one of the first people who really inspired me to even get started rapping.
Okay.
So definitely Ray. I would say I swear Vezzo.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't want to leave people out, but I'm trying to think who else has really inspired me from the guys. Probably some of the people who really built up the foundation of like what the music scene is today, like Doughboys Cash Out.
Okay.
I mean.
Okay.
There's a lot of male artists.
What does your workflow look like when you make a new song?
That's a good question. So like when I'm really starting from scratch over a new beat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy to answer this question too. I've never thought about speaking about like my actual process, but I'm going through it right now because I'm working on my second project right now. So last night I spent like 5 hours writing a song.
Okay.
And it was a Flint beat. And I haven't laid it down yet, but I wrote it last night. And really, so first of all, I want to think of what I want to say, like the concept, where I'm trying to go, how I'm trying to sound. From there, I really pretty much just get started, and then like probably like 8 bars in, I'll start thinking about like my pattern and how I want to like switch up. I'll think about like the structure of the song, like if I want a hook, if I want it to be just a verse. But as far as my actual writing process, like coming up with the content itself, I feel like it's probably different than other people because I really got started writing songs, and I used to write songs as a kid. Okay. So I was like writing songs for my 2-person band in elementary school.
Okay.
So I've pretty much written songs like my whole life, but as far as writing rap songs, I started off writing in my diary. It really everything started from that. So I was like religiously writing in my diary. I was going through some stuff, and I was just writing in my diary like all day, every day as a way to like cope, pretty much. And then I started like writing bars in my diary and making stuff rhyme, and then I would be like, oh, that's a really good concept. Like I should make a song about that. So while I'm writing songs, I'm trying to also keep up with writing in my diary because I feel like writing in my diary like helps my creative process come alive. Yeah, so it's like
helps you get it out.
Yeah, it's like it feeds my music.
Okay.
And helps me identify like what frequency I'm on internally and like how I'm trying to come on the song.
Okay. So you've been making a lot of noise out here. You got a lot of motion going on, and I know you're working with your manager, Pistol Atkins. So we got him in the building. Come on over here, Pistol. Okay, so first off, they got some new bling going on. Show your chain, Claire.
Yep, we got the matching chains.
they got the MCR going on. Okay, so Pistol, how did you discover Claire? Come about seeing her doing her thing and say, hey, I want to work with her. Slide over here. Come over here.
I saw her on the I think the first thing I saw was probably like Kid L page.
Cute. Turn this on.
Really?
Yeah. I saw it on Kid L page first, and then from there I went to her page and just started watching all her videos. But when I saw her on Kid L page, I already knew I wanted her. Like when I saw her, I called everybody, and I like my wife, everybody, and I just told them like, man, I want that white girl, bro. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get her, but I'm going to get her, bro. And then I called her one day. Well, I hit her up on the on Instagram, and she left me on red. I mean, she actually read it then, but she didn't say nothing back. And then I actually saw her probably like maybe a few days, not even a few days later, at Gladiators event.
At Burn Bar.
Yeah,
Okay.
At Burn, and we've been locked in since.
Yep,
Crazy.
we made a song together. We started off. So I came over to his house. He has a studio in his house, and I wrote Money Date, which is the song that we collaborated on. He recorded me, and I pretty much wrote the song on the spot, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, and then he basically said, like, this is my studio, so you can come record, like, whenever you want. And I was like, say less, because I was working with a few different producers and going to a few different studios, but he offered me pretty much free studio time, and then after I worked with him, like, recording that song, I was like, all right, I'm coming back, and I want to record more music.
Now, initially, were you a little skeptical, like, I don't really know him. I don't know if I should. Let me see. Let me think about it. Or like you just did your research and say, you know what, I'm going to give him a try.
Well, so when I met him, like I said, we were at Burn Bar and Grill, and I think I started the conversation. I was just like, I like your glasses. And he's like, I'm in your DMs. I've been trying to hit you up, and you left me already. And he actually knew the people I was with.
Okay.
So, like, the fact that he knew the people who I was with, I was like, all right, let's work then. Mm-hmm. And then when I was working on the song, I talked to his wife, and I mean, yeah, so it was...
And it was history from there.
It was the beginning of me joining Murder City Records.
For sure, for sure. So, Pistol, tell everybody a little bit about Murder City Records.
I actually came over Murder City Records probably in like 2013. I just wanted to come up with something that everybody from this city could represent. You know what I'm saying? So I just tried to come up with a name and something that even if you didn't know what it was, you felt proud wearing it. You know what I'm saying? Because it represents. It's just another way of saying Motown. We've been in the murder capital for a long time. We can't hide that. You know what I'm saying? So couldn't just say Motown. You know what I'm saying? So I just said it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Just Murder City. So.
And Claire's officially on the label.
Yeah.
Okay, and then y'all got some news coming on.
We just got a little joint venture or whatever that we got going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't really say too much about that one, but just know
we'll be staying tuned.
Just know
what y'all got.
that the beats is basically coming from one person, so and everything else. So the person reached out and it's like a good friend of mine anyway. It's like one of the closest people to me and shit in the music game. So it was just like only right because when I maybe like about 3-4 years ago when I really started seeing my vision, this was the main person that I really wanted to incorporate. I just didn't know if they would see the same vision that I had, you know what I'm saying? And then when she came, it just did everything for me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even have to have the conversations. It's just like she brought everything that I was already, you know what I'm saying, wanting. So
that's awesome. So what do you have upcoming? You got a video about to drop, right? We got two videos shot.
We got the single, like 2 more videos, actually 3 more videos that we shooting. We just did the Peasy. We just got the Peasy feature back. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Back. We got a lot of stuff that we're working on, but the video, I think we're going to drop the Cash Doll first, so.
Okay, so you got a feature with Cash Doll coming out as well?
So this song, the song is called Cash Doll.
Okay.
And the reason why is because she's on the intro. She's on the intro of the song.
Okay.
Which I don't even think anyone has heard the intro yet. They've just heard like clips and snippets, different parts of the song. But there's a viral video of Cash Doll a couple years ago, and I think in this video, I think she might be on a boat, but she says like, "Bitch, you piss me off, I'll make you mad. Bitch, you gonna be sad. And I'm gonna be childish. And so the hook is pretty much inspired by that video. So she's on the intro of the song, and
so basically you came out the gate with some nice features with some bigger artists. So that's pretty darn good.
Which is I like have to pinch myself all the time, and I like Pistol knows how like in shock I am about everything because I'm really like big fans. Like at the end of the day, like I started out rapping because I was really inspired by my favorite artist who I was going to see in concert all the time. So to come full circle and get to like work with some of my favorite artists, but not just my favorite artists, like my favorite DJs, like my favorite producers, like I've been really paying close attention for the past like 10 years to what really everyone is doing in the city. The videographers, I mean, it's not just the artists that are talented. There's a whole, like I said, community behind the music.
For sure. Name 3 things about you that somebody might not know. Like maybe some alter ego things, some hobbies.
Well, this is, I don't know. That's hard to say because I feel like no one would believe me if I told the truth about that because I've done some pretty wild
Every time
shit.
people will come up here and they'll say something that a person would have never knew they did.
Mm-hmm. So, I used to fly airplanes as a teenager. I used to take flying lessons out in like...
See? No one would ever knew that.
Yeah.
So I used to fly like the little, the small one, the jet. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you fly them at?
Out in Livingston County Airport.
Okay.
Yeah, because I used to consider like being a pilot.
Okay, so you had some flight hours, like some schooling for it.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. So, yeah, I used to want to be a pilot, and then I like saw how much money that they had to pay to go to school, and then I saw how much they were getting paid, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if like that's a big commitment for like you really have to love what you're doing.
For sure.
Because it's I went into finance instead.
Okay.
Which I also love finance, but
that's good. So you always know your money is right.
Yeah. Well, the main reason why I never really considered flying was because like as a woman, how would I like have a family and stuff if I'm like always away from home? I guess that's really where I was getting stuck at, visualizing my future.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. What's the biggest size plane you flew?
Just a 4-seater.
4-seater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a biplane, pretty much.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, what else?
So I really like, I like vehicles as like toys. So
Okay.
like, I also have my motorcycle endorsement, and I used to ride my motorcycle to Dearborn High every day for school, like when it was warm outside.
Okay.
So I used to pull up next to the school buses and take my girlfriends for rides after school. And that's...
Okay, so Claire over here, she lit.
Yeah, I was...
She driving
I was
motorcycles and planes.
yeah.
One more.
And then, let me think about this. Something that no one would...
Right. What's your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby? What, getting swole? Yeah, I used to be really into bodybuilding. And I'm trying to get back into it now. And I haven't really been, like, heavy into bodybuilding in, like, 4 years.
Okay.
So I'm, like, it's frustrating not being where I used to be. Because I used to be, like, squatting, like, 200 pounds.
Okay.
Or I used to squat, like, 155 for, like, 10 reps. I was doing some crazy stuff in the gym. And I was, like, really consistent. I was doing push-ups, like, more push-ups than anyone else. I was really, like, obsessed with bodybuilding. Which, like I said, I'm trying to get back into now.
Okay. Yeah, that was very interesting. And then where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Other than rapping, what else did you want to do? Do you want to, like, get off into acting as well? Do you want to get off into fashion?
That's a good question. And I'll be honest, I really haven't thought about that much because, honestly, like, I do have a long history in acting. Like, my whole childhood, I was pretty much, like, in every single theater program, every single church program where they had plays, and we were always acting out, like, the nativity scene and everything like that. But I'm really so in love with the music. Like, I don't want anything to take away my time from, like, the writing and recording and going back and editing and then doing the same thing over again. Like, I'm really in love with it. Like, obsessed. Like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
On my last project, I used to write everything on my laptop, which I feel like no one does. And I've gotten into the habit of writing on my phone. And I used to write, I think I used to put pen to paper, too, on my first project. But on my first project, I went back into my lyrics page. I had a Google Sheets page, and I had like something like 80 pages of lyrics.
Wow.
I was like my friends couldn't get me out of the house for a couple weeks. They were like, "What are you doing? Like, you're really just in there writing songs?" And I was just so obsessed with just putting on a beat and writing a verse.
Okay. That's awesome. So where are you? Do you have some upcoming performances that you can tell people about? What you got upcoming?
I don't think we have anything booked right now, but we have been working with Polo, Uncle PJ on Instagram, and he's been basically helping me out, getting me into some of the best clubs in Detroit.
Okay.
All around the city, east side, west side. So we've really been popping out over the last few months. So, and I was on live this morning. He commented on my live like, "Hey, I have some shows for you coming up," and he was naming some of them. And I was like, "I gotta hit you up," but I was on my way into work, so I didn't hit him up yet. So I'll probably circle back with him after this and ask him what he's thinking.
Awesome. So what's going to be the name of the PZ feature that's coming out soon?
We haven't talked about the name, but I think
Tubi. Yeah,
I was gonna say the name is like pretty self-explanatory because the whole hook is just like pretty much.
Okay. So how much longer before that comes out? Like another week or so?
That one, well, we ain't gonna put that's probably just more probably like third singles of some of the album. Like that. Yeah. So we gonna go with like probably like 2 of her main singles first.
So is the project finished or almost finished?
We still working. It's
okay.
I mean, we got a lot of songs, but you know sometimes with the music you want to have enough to pick some from.
Right,
so.
right.
But we got we about 8 to 10 in there. So.
And I'm having so much fun. I can't even explain to you how much fun I'm having. Like
I can tell.
but the first time I did this, which was this time last year, I was really like finding all my own beats, trying to like get the rights to the beats or like pay for the rights to the beats and everything. But now, like getting the opportunity to work with like Pistol and Helluva, where all I really have to do is write the songs and then rap the songs, which is like the best part of the whole process. So I'm like really excited about like getting back into creative mode and exercising my pen and my writing muscles and
that's important in life and purpose is doing something you enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to be able to do something that you like and then start earning money off of it and blowing up. That's what's up. Represent your city
Dearborn,
like you've been doing. Shout out to Dearborn in the building.
Dearborn in the building.
So how does your family feel about you rapping?
They love it.
Okay.
So this is crazy. So my parents actually kind of got me into rap music as a kid. They used to have we never really listened to CDs. We listened to the radio a little bit, but my parents weren't listening to like the right radio stations. It was all like when it came to rap, I was really listening to like Run DMC on the record player.
Okay.
That was like my introduction. So I used to learn the words to Run DMC songs. Then I'd be on the playground at my elementary school, like rapping all the words to like "You Be Illin" by Run DMC, and so that was really like my first introduction to rap. And then growing up, we have some of the best radio in the whole country, and I've traveled all around the country, and I just would listen to the radio, and I feel like no one has anything on Detroit radio. Like the music that we play on the radio stations here is like it can't get any better. I'm obsessed with it. So the local radio stations is probably like the biggest influence on my music.
Okay.
Or on my biggest inspiration.
Okay, awesome. Okay, shout your social media tags out so people can know where to find you at.
I'm Clare Siobhan 313 on all platforms.
Okay, you on TikTok too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how's the TikTok going?
That's a good question. TikTok is way different than Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people who follow me on TikTok aren't from here.
Okay.
Which is interesting. And then TikTok I haven't really been that consistent on lately because I haven't really been putting my music out right now. I'm pretty much just like making the music.
Right.
So I'm excited though to get back on TikTok once I have some visuals and some songs that I'm ready to put out there.
I feel like it's like she got it on lock. You gotta remember when you dropped the Savage video on TikTok, 2 days it was at 450,000 views.
Was it really?
Yes. And remember, it was surpassing, like, remember, because we was wondering why TikTok was way more views than YouTube. It was just going crazy. So that's what I be trying to tell you, like, yeah, like that's just something.
Yeah, a lot of the TikTok is where it's at, especially if you got a catchy song, catchy hook. That's what's up. Okay, so any final thoughts or takeaways?
I mean, so I'm still working in finance.
Okay.
So I pretty much sit at a desk all day, and then after I get off work, I'll like take off my glasses and put my chain on and go to the studio and start like writing songs. So
you got your Lois Lane going on.
Like I'm just again like really excited to just be doing what I'm doing, like because
do they know you rap at the job? Okay.
No. No, I think they would be pretty surprised if they found out that I was making music.
I'd be like, no, not Claire. That's not Claire. Okay, that's so hilarious.
But yeah, I'm really excited to be working on a second project, making music over awesome beats. I'm just really having a lot of fun.
Cool.
And I think everyone will be able to tell how much fun we're having once they start hearing these songs, because you heard you heard those two songs that I performed at the Sting a couple weeks ago.
I did. That one was really lit with what's the name of the one with the fast beat?
They both have fast beats. I'm pretty sure.
About
the last one.
I'm a hoe.
Yeah.
That was pretty lit. Okay, so they was about to start jitting and everything off when that came on. Pistol, you got any final thoughts or takeaways?
No, I'm just, I just be in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
You've been so far getting a lot of positive feedback. Have you had any haters? Have you had any?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Pistol.
No,
so when I first started, like when I was telling you how I was like writing a 16 filming a 1-minute video and posting it, like before people in Detroit really started, like people who were local like started watching what I was doing. People from like all across the country and all over the world were like, "Who is this girl? And what is she doing? And what is she saying?" And I don't think I was ever really getting hate. Or at least if I did, I wasn't even seeing it as hate because
that's good.
Yeah, working in finance, I like developed thick skin because it's like there's sharks in the finance industry. So if people were hating, I probably didn't even see it as hate. But once the local platform started posting my music and people around Dearborn and Detroit started paying attention, I feel like I started getting a lot of love, which I really wasn't expecting. I thought people were still going to keep reacting the same way they were reacting in the beginning, like, who is this girl and what is she doing? But to receive the love that I've been getting from Dearborn and Detroit is, it feels really good. And also meeting some of the people who I've been looking up to for like 10 years, and they've had such a big impact on not just my musical life, but like my personal life. Like, they've really gotten me through some hard times and some good times. Like, I'm really a fan of a lot of the local artists, so to be able to meet them in real life and have them be fucking with me too, I'm like,
that's what's
it's
up.
like a dream come true. Like, I can't believe it.
And you're such a vibe. You got great energy, positive spirit, so that's all that matters.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Pistol, shout your social media tags out as well.
Pistol Atkins, Motor City Records, 313.
All right, so y'all stay tuned. Be on the lookout for Claire. Big things are on the way. When those which visual can they go to right now and watch? Name the ones that you have out.
Savage, featuring Blueprint Bentley, Taylor Bentley.
If you haven't seen Savage, once this interview ends, go check that out on YouTube. Is it another one? You got one more, don't you?
Which one? I'm Lit?
Yep. And I'm lit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm lit. Go on YouTube and check those out. So again, we got Clare Siobhan in the building. We have Pistol Atkins in the building. Murder City Records. They got big things on the way. Go follow me as well at Electric Elevation. On YouTube is at Electric Elevation Podcast. Peace.